Good afternoon, everyone. Yalancy Peterson here. Ride with Peterson. Today, it is Sunday, October 24th, 2021. The time, it is 1:39 in the afternoon, 1:39 p.m. Well, I thought I was ready to start the ride again, but a couple of things became very apparent to me. First, I clearly have the wrong car. You know, gas is what, $5.50 a gallon. I have to put 91 octane fuel in this car, premium, supreme, super, but basically 91 octane. $5.50 a gallon might as well be $6 a gallon. And that's how I'm looking at gas prices now. I look at whatever the price is and I knock it up to the next dollar. And then I multiply that by the number of gallons in that this car can hold. In my case, this is a 20-gallon fuel tank. So, to fill this car, I need to be prepared to spend $120 to fill up this car. And I'm thinking, okay, when I consider that I have 160,000 miles on this car, and when I consider that I likely will not make $160 doing deliveries, I'm basically working for nothing, putting the miles on the car, getting closer and closer to another maintenance visit on the car. It makes no sense in any way to put this car to work, which is the second dilemma. As much as I love this car, I can't put it to work. I just can't. It costs too much money to drive. It costs too much money to fuel. Insurance is great because, I'm an older guy now. I have a great driving record. So my insurance is cheap. Whatever I drive, my cost of insurance will be the same. So I have been seriously considering selling my car. Just saying it makes me feel sad, because it means I will have to go back to payments. And we all know how that has ended for me every time I've done payments on the car. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to get a regular job, because I have to get a regular job. I mean, I was hoping to do the gig work just long enough so I could put money in this car and do what I needed to do. But I can't do that, because the money I spend on gas to do the gig work will end up going in the tank and out the tailpipe. It will be a net sum zero results. I'll make no money. So the only thing I can do is sell stuff. And then I get to a regular job and I go from there. So I was thinking about, okay, now the reason why I got this car was it really was, in my opinion, a great deal. But also I bought it because I knew this would be my last gasoline powered car. The next vehicle I buy will be a battery electric vehicle. And right now, the number one contender for that job will be a brand new Chevy Bolt. When I rented that car through Maven, when they were around, I absolutely loved that car. It was comfortable. It was fast. Air conditioning worked. It had plenty of room. It had excellent range. It had DC fast charging. I was able to charge it up in a reasonable amount of time, considering that you got to be patient with it. But I'm still thinking of how wonderful my experience was with that car. So I look at the new Chevy Bolt and I love that little car even more. Now, I will say for the record that if I had the money, I would look at one of those Porsche Taycans or an Audi e-tron, or I like that Mercedes EQS sedan. But realistically, that Chevy Bolt, I love it. That little car, oh yes, I want one of those so bad. I do. I'm like, if it weren't for the fact that I am completely averse to making payments on a car, I would do it today. I really would. The problems they're having with the batteries doesn't scare me. The car's under warranty. I'll just make sure that I take all my stuff out of it every day, so just in case it burns up, I don't lose anything I want. But I mean, hey, we're running around with iPhones with lithium ion packs. And remember when Samsung had their issues with the Note phone and they were burning up, and Apple was having problems with their lithium batteries and they were burning up? Hey, lithium ion batteries, they have a real risk of burning up. But I've been fighting it to go down to the Chevy dealer and say, hey, put me in a silver Bolt, a white or silver Bolt, and I'm good, and I'll make the payments, but I don't want to make the payments. And I'm gonna keep my my gas guzzling E320 and enjoy the fact that it ain't gonna get taken from me. So I want y'all to consider the benefits of an electric vehicle. For one thing, you don't have to worry about gasoline. I think the reason why electric vehicles are going to take off when everything is said and done is because what we are dealing with now with $6 a gallon gas will not be an issue with electric cars. You don't have to worry about oil changes. You don't have to worry about engine coolant problems with the car overheating. You don't have to worry about your catalytic converter being stolen. You don't have to worry about smog tests. You don't have to worry about, what's the other thing you got to do with transmission fluid changes. With an electric car, okay, you put in some washer fluid, you change the wiper blades, you change light bulbs if your car uses regular light bulbs, because many of the electric vehicles use LED lights now. So that means you don't have to worry about light bulbs anymore. You would have to replace tires because tires still wear out. You would have to replace brake pads and rotors because you still wear those out on the car. What else goes bad on an electric car? Um, yeah. Oh, brake fluid. You'd have to replace your brake fluid because as you use brake fluid, it absorbs water, and that fluid has to be replaced annually. Some batteries, car power pack batteries for electric vehicles use liquid cooling, and for some of those batteries, that coolant needs to be replaced periodically. It depends on what the manufacturer says. That's basically it when it comes to maintaining an electric car. When you look at the cost of operating an electric car versus operating a conventional vehicle, an internal combustion vehicle, whether it's gasoline or diesel, the cost of operating that vehicle is far less than what you'll pay for any electric car. And I think a lot of people will switch over to an electric vehicle because of that. Car manufacturers, they love them because it costs less money for them to manufacture an electric vehicle. Think about it. The only reason why electric cars cost as much money as they do today is because of that battery pack. The lithium is expensive, and sometimes batteries are lost in the manufacturing process of the battery or the vehicle itself, even during delivery. I am certain somebody took home an electric car, and right before they got it home, that battery pack exploded on them. Well, it didn't explode. It caught fire. And they weren't able to enjoy the car for a long period of time because the battery was bad. It went bad, and hey, the car burned up. I am certain there are some dealers, they have a car sitting on their lot and it's waiting to be charged up, and something happens and the battery pack catches on fire and whoop, car's gone. It happens. It's a man-made device, man-made product. Oh man. So what to do? So I'm like, well, since the gig work and rideshare and package deliveries and those things won't work with me anymore, I have to think of another approach. Because I'm basically, at this point, I'm practically 2 years out from doing rideshare work. And even though I could go back to it, because basically I've recovered quite a bit. I can drive at night now. I'm comfortable driving at night. I can maintain normal traffic flow on the freeway, in the fast lane, going the same speed as everybody else does. Let's just keep it like that. I can multitask. I have a good friend that I drive around every once in a while, and he likes to run his mouth. Ooh, my goodness, that boy talks. And I love it because I'm multitasking. I'm listening to him. I'm listening to the music. I'm paying attention to the traffic. I'm looking at the stoplights. I'm doing everything that I did before the stroke, and everything is going nice and smooth with me that way. And even though my leg locks up on my left side, my arm locks up, and I still can't hold my steering wheel with my left hand, I can do everything just fine. Whew. Sorry. with my right side, I can operate the car with my right side. I can look out my mirrors. I can turn around and look behind me. I have all kinds of cameras around the car. And when I get out of the vehicle, I'm okay. It's a little painful, but not as bad as it was when I first started driving. I'm not in complete agony. Now it's I still need the disabled spot. That, because of the type of damage that my brain suffered from the stroke. That's the way it is for the rest of my life, and I have finally accepted that. But it's all right. It's not that bad, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to even say that I can move on to doing something else. But one thing I definitely want to do is I want to continue with YouTube. I find these videos to be very therapeutic for me. And I want to start talking about something that I love very much. I want to start talking about cars in general. I want to be one of the top car reviewers on YouTube. So that's what I'm going to start transitioning to. I have been working on this for a long time. I started working on it before I had the stroke. And I kind of gave up on it when I had the stroke because I was dealing with recovering from the stroke. But now I'm back to it, back to my regular mode of thinking. And I'm like, I can do pretty good. In fact, I know I can do good as a leading vehicle reviewer on YouTube. I know I can. It'll be a lot of fun engaging a lot of people in conversation, talking about various cars and giving my take on them or so. And so I'm going to transition to that. I was thinking of building a whole new channel, starting from scratch and doing that. And I had everything all set up and ready to go and everything. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, why do I have to do that? The channel I have is already established. Everything is already set up. And those of you who are watching this video, you'll make up your mind if you want to stick around or not for the new stuff. I mean, I've lost a considerable number of subscribers, but I've actually gained subscribers too. So it's been back and forth. It's yin and yang. It's worked out. There was something that that came to mind the other day. I'm a big fan of the Matrix and I've been rewatching all the videos and the movies in anticipation of Matrix Resurrections. I'm excited about it. I hope it's good. I think it will be fantastic. Fan expectation is very high, and if that film is not good, it will be the biggest flop in Hollywood history. That is for sure. But I don't think it's going to be a flop. I think the film is going to be fantastic. But it was something that the Merovingian said in I think it was Reloaded. It was when Morpheus, Trinity, and Neo went to see the Merovingian in the restaurant. So they're sitting down, and there's Merovingian, there's Persephone. I love Persephone, by the way. Monica Bellucci. Oh my goodness. isn't she gorgeous? I'm like, I was, of all the characters, the one who said the least is one of my favorites. Monica Bellucci. Monica Bellucci. I think that's how you say her name. Anyway, she was awesome. But the Merovingian, he said, in order to make a deal, and this is very important because it's changing my thinking on a whole lot of stuff. In order to make a deal, I must have something you want, and you must have something I want. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do good on YouTube. What do I want? Well, in order for me to make a great channel on YouTube, I have to be properly motivated to do that. Which means I'll get to live the lifestyle of a YouTuber. You know, make a few videos, get paid a little bit of money. If I do really good, get to talk about and drive some nice cars and say, hey, people look up and say, Peterson, he's a cool YouTuber. But in order for me to get what I want from you, which is your attention, I have to give you great information, great education, or great entertainment. That's how it has to work. If that happens, we have a great deal. Everybody is happy. And so that's what I'm going to be working on moving forward. And I wanted to share that with y'all. Because I think the basics of a good YouTuber, I believe I already have that. What I need to do is I need to find a way to make this channel a great channel. And it can be done, but with your help, I will. I want to thank those of you who have hung out with me during my time as a rideshare driver, as a delivery driver, as a messenger driver. I want to thank you for your support, your encouragement, your generosity, and your positive energy during what was clearly the most difficult moments of my life. But it is now time for me to get back to work and make this thing happen. I am very motivated, and I'm very encouraged. And just as all of you have helped me restore myself back to well-being, I want to make all of you happy with a great channel that is worthy of your attention. Thank you so much. I talked more than I planned on this time, but hey, I appreciate every one of my subscribers. I do not want to take you for granted, and I do not want to abandon you either. I don't. But there is something I had to realize, and that is I no longer have anything of value to say regarding rideshare, gig work, delivery apps. I just don't. I no longer believe that it is productive for anyone to be involved in those services. It's simply too expensive. It costs too much. The cost to be involved is simply too high. I am not able to meet my goals in this particular occupation. I'm not. I'll be going right back into the same habit again. Okay, can I make $200 a day? Can I make $150? Can I make $125? Can I make $110? Can I make $100? Well, here's the problem. $100 a day is a tank of gas. And if I get involved with it, I will make $0. If I get a vehicle that pays, that I have to pay for, I'm already underwater. So I'm out. I have to be. Will I miss it? Nope. It was fun. It was enjoyable. I saw and met people that I would have never met or experienced any other way. It is a time of life that I will cherish. And I appreciate the people that I have met as a result of this channel. There are people that the experiences and people that I have met is just, when I think about my experience, much of it documented on this channel, I do smile. I smile. I do, because I took the greatest chance, the greatest risk in my life. And even though I had a stroke, I ended up homeless. I lost everything. At the end of the day, I have no regrets. I can look back and I can say, hey, I did something bold and I gave it my absolute best. And yes, I fell flat on my face in the mud because of this one. Ooh, but I had a wonderful experience. I really did. And my hope is that I'm able to do that again as I move into talking about something that I have been into since I was a little boy, and that is cars. Oh my goodness. I have helped a lot of people over the years buy cars by just sitting down and having a conversation with them about vehicles. And that's what I'm going to do with the next chapter of Ride with Peterson. Thank you so much, everyone. I will catch you on the next video.